Welcome to my channel. My next request was also chosen randomly, and it's Colter Wall performing Kate McCannon. This was requested anonymously on the 28th of May of 2025. No comments with it, so we're just going to dive right in. But before we do, of course, I have to say thank you to you, because my channel wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you. So thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate that greatly. I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist so you can support them as well. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia if I can find anything that makes any sense and is relevant. And I put the link to the reaction request form and the voting form as well. Those are on my website, but you have to be logged in, so if you don't have a WordPress.com account, set that up first. Then come to my website. The links are in the description. And you can make one reaction request each day, and you can vote 3 times a day. So 3 votes for 3 different songs or 3 votes for the same song. Your choice. I live stream on Sundays for 4 hours, beginning at 6 p.m. UTC on Rumble. So if you come to Rumble at 6 p.m. UTC on Sunday, and you put a request in the chat, I'm going to react to it live. I also live stream on Fridays for about an hour, hour and a half on YouTube, beginning at 12 a.m. UTC. I call that God Talks. I talk about the Bible, about Christian living, about walking by the Spirit. I take questions from the chat if I can answer them, and also prayer requests. So if you're interested in that, stop by YouTube at 12 a.m. UTC on Friday. So this is Colter Wall performing Kate McCannon.
Raven is a wicked bird, his wings are black as sin. And he floats outside my prison window, mocking those within. And he sings to me real low, it's hell to where you go. For you didn't murder Kate McCannon. When I first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mine. He said he had himself a dark-haired daughter with long green eyes. And when she and I did meet, she was bathing in the creek. Prettiest girl in the whole damn holler, that ain't no lie. So I went a-courting Kate McCannon. Got me a job and I quit my rambling. And every day I'd say a quarter of my pay. Like you'd buy a diamond ring. home to find my darling angel's not inside.
Okay.
So I made for the creek where she and I did meet. I found her with some other lover. Put 3 rounds into Kate McCannon.
Wow. Okay. First of all, that song had the vibe of Civil War times, of that period of history. It just sounded like that. I don't know if it goes back to then or not. Maybe it's a song from that time, but it just had that kind of vibe to it. And his voice is, woof, strong and bassy and powerful. And he sounded like, he really sounded like he was singing about himself, which was kind of interesting, because I seriously doubt that he put 3 rounds into Kate McCannon. But whoever wrote the song, maybe they did, or maybe they knew about it or something. But I've never heard of this guy, Colter Wall. Interesting song. It had an interesting chord progressions too. The sound of it was cool, but it just had that. It had that vibe about it, like 1800s, mid 1800s, late 1800s, somewhere around in there. And of course, the words were kind of from that time too, when you could not get away with it, but when people would do those sorts of things just because somebody was with another lover. Of course, they still do nowadays, but I mean, some men will never change, I guess. But anyway, that was interesting. It really was. I enjoyed listening to that. I was trying really hard to pick up the words. There were places where he wasn't real clear, but I caught the story. I got the gist of it, at least. He fell in love with a girl. She apparently was in love with someone else, so he killed her. Makes perfect sense, right? That's what you should do. Good grief. Before we move on to the next one, I do want to say thank you for coming. And I want to pray to God that He will fill you with His love and His joy and His peace and His understanding. And that He'll do that for every person that you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.